Hello and welcome to the Glasgow Rangers Nation pre-match experience, guys. It is pre-game. We will be wearing this shirt apparently today. I've just seen on the setup on the X page for Glasgow Rangers. As yet, no news on the team. No team news has been brought out as of yet. But it is the red shirts today against Dumbarton. I think relief that the game goes ahead today. I think there was obviously a lot of fears that the game would be called off. Not happy, obviously, that the game had been called off. Number one, no football to watch is the big one. Obviously, you always want a Rangers game to watch at the weekend, even if they can on some. There we go on the sun. But there we go. So here we go. So quick look. What we've got pure loyalists saying, "Come on, Rangers, let's get this done. We are the people." 4-0. 5.1 million tag on Ridvan, more than enough to bring in Shankland. Could well be if it is true, but we know what the media are like for making stuff up. Hey Louise, how you doing? One of my top exchanges on X. Love it. Definitely doing this one. Okay. So guys, it is obviously we are still awaiting the news. There's been an awful lot on X today, hasn't there, about as regards the whole as regards the Lawrence Shankland news. He wasn't in the Hearts team today that beat Spartans only just in what was a god-awful performance by Hearts by all account. 2-1 win for Hearts. Wasn't brilliant at all in that game, but obviously no Shankland. Now this has obviously caused the conspiracy theorists to go into absolute meltdown, hasn't it? A real proper meltdown has gone on from the conspiracy theorists that the theories that Shankland is ill are not true, that he was merely doing it to avoid being cup-tied so he could play for Rangers. I've seen some absolute hilarious ones on this one, proper hilarious ones. DL2 Modder, I'm good, thank you. How are you doing today? Louise Wise says, Tavon Goldson should never be near this team tonight. They need a rest. Yep, I think that's probably right. Look, it is a lot of debate, isn't there? A lot of discussion over what do Rangers do today? How do they line up? Is it a case of the fact we need to rest, or is it a case of the fact that we need to go out with our strongest possible team, our best team? What is the best way forward in this game? Do we go out with a real strong 11, try and get 2 or 3 goals up and then make changes, or do we perhaps give some rotation, give some of the young players more of an opportunity, some of the squad players more of an opportunity? Louise makes a good point. There is always a worry, isn't there, when you go into these games, especially on a god awful pitch like that one at Dumbarton, that is going to be a tough pitch. It's going to be wet. It's going to be horrible. There's a risk, isn't there, with those players getting injured? At the end of the day, that is always the risk, isn't it? But, as Louise says, Hibs is the most important team. Absolutely, Louise. I think, the focus is very much on the league. I am split on this. I can understand the fans that want the strongest possible team out there. I can get that, 100% understand that. But I can also, talk about the fact as well that, I can understand why we might need, as Greg says, a 50-50 split between experience and youth to rest some of those players up so that we're not putting at risk our top players. That for the Hibs game, on Wednesday night, we will be at full strength. Mix and match. Let's see a few youngsters and some experienced players. Says David, not in yet. I'm doing good. I'm just getting rid of this cold. Been off school all week because of it. Oh, shame, buddy. Philippe Clement, hi, how you doing, buddy? While I don't want to risk our good players on this team pitch, I'm craving a decent show as the friendlies weren't the best shows. George, how you doing? CJNI, how you doing, buddy? Good to meet you. And commented regarding medical staff using a nail gun at Rangers. Yeah, that was a comment. There's worrying reports. I've just put a video out, actually. I've just literally released a video on the channel as regards Abdallah Sima, that he may well be injured. He was not in the Senegal lineup for their last game. He was missing, sat in the stand. And when Aliou Cisse, who is the manager of Senegal, was asked as regards why Sima was not on the bench at very least, he said because he's got some discomfort in his hip and is suffering with his hip. So, I'm really hoping that is not the case. Now, I did say that if he was more seriously injured, is it a great idea to send him back to Rangers to be assessed? Because I did read a fantastic comment on Rangers Review by someone. I can't remember who made this comment. If you can, let me know in the live chat. But someone said, that the Rangers medical staff put bandages and plasters on with nail guns at the club. There we go. I don't know. Louise says, if we put our strongest team, I would expect a battering. Yeah, absolutely. Philippe's yeah. So look, we're still obviously waiting the team news. It is going to be a trickier game today. It could be a situation that we do mix and match. I was looking at the video earlier, the setup video on X earlier, and having a look at what the shirts that were out. Now I saw Cifuentes out. I saw McCrory's shirt. I saw Butland's shirt out. There's a lot of people who don't want anyone risked in this game. Really don't. That is a worry. That is a worry. Now, like I said, at least the game is on. I'm just looking at the video again now. You've got all three shirts there. You've got Tav's shirt was out, so Tav I think, will be playing some part in this game. Fabio Silva's shirt was also out as well. Tav's shirt was out with the captain's armband near it. Dessa's shirt I saw. But you never know, guys. This could just be a general video that's released. Cifuentes, Matondo I saw. Sterling I saw. Scotty Wright I saw. I think he may well mix it. I think we may have some people on the bench. I don't know what he's going to do. But Philippe Clement takes every single game very seriously, doesn't he? He wants to win every single game. I know Shanklin wasn't in the Heart squad today. I wonder why. He's ill, apparently, allegedly. What time is kickoff, my brother? It's at 5:30. There will be a live stream here on the channel, obviously. All's good, Gaffer. Sterling is playing. 5:30 kickoff. Does the Dumbarton player who crocked Lowry still play? I don't know. I'm not sure. Buddy, if he still does. One possible player you will know from Dumbarton's team today is a player who is on loan there from St Mirren. And that is the son of Neil Lennon. Yes, Neil Lennon himself, the former Celtic manager, is going to be, might well be there and might well be watching his son play. Wow. I mean, that's, if ever you want someone to kick on the pitch, that's got to be it, hasn't it? We're still obviously awaiting team news from the game. So, look, at the end of the day, I don't know who they're going to play. I don't know. I'm not sure what the team is going to be today. How do they line up? Is it going to be a strong team? Is it not going to be a strong team? I don't know. I'm not sure. Greg is saying the team has just been released. Greg, where are you getting the team from? Is it on the Rangers Twitter site yet? I cannot see this team news yet. Imagine if Lovelace surprise start. Greg, where's the team from, mate? Where are you getting this team from? We can discuss it if I can get it pulled up. Hopefully it's going to be on here somewhere. Insta. It's on Insta. Okay. I'll have a look on Instagram then. See if I can find it on Instagram. Because it's not on the Rangers Twitter site as of yet, guys. 89 people watching, guys. Please smash the like. And remember, if you haven't yet subbed to the channel, then please sub to the channel. I can't see it on Instagram yet. Still not on Insta. Which Instagram are you getting this from? Lol. So if that's the team, nice comment here. Aldo says Sunderland fans pitchforks ready for Beale. Yeah, there is some absolutely hilarious comments as regards that. Thank you very much, Greg. And I'm not sure where you're getting this from, buddy. It's not on there. I cannot see it on Instagram either. Piolo says, well, if Shanklin is injured, it's well worth finding out for definite. No point in paying how much needed cash. This was apparently that was an old team that Greg was bringing out. He said Rangers team hadn't refreshed. Team ain't out yet, guys. Talking. Yeah, it's not out yet, is it? It's not going to be out for another 15 minutes, I don't think. Look, what do we think today? I mean, I think, look, whatever the team goes out there, we've got to get into them from minute one. We've got to play with the same intensity we played against Real Betis with. We've got to really attack them from the first minute to the very last minute. It cannot be a game that you sit back. You cannot be a game you take it easy. And I think one of the biggest things I need to see today from Rangers is a team that plays with pace, a team that plays with impact, a team that plays with a bit of veracity to how they're playing, because at the end of the day, this is going to be a situation where Dumbarton will probably low block. They'll sit back. They'll want to defend and try and hit on the break. The slower we play, the more chance we give of giving them that chance to sit back, to defend, to be very comfortable within that low block situation. So look, for me, it's got to be a quick, fast passing attack today. It's got to be, the ball's got to be moved, and you've got to have the width there. I think you've got to see, obviously, either Scott Wright out wide right or even Robbie Matondo out wide left. You've got to see something there. Yeah, there we go. So Whistleblower says, if the board is split over Shankland, then Big Phil walks immediately. No way does a man of his caliber stick around with a club that pays politics like that. True. Tam says, Fabio Silva get a double today. Let's hope so if he's playing. Yeah, I mean, Dumbarton are a very poor team. They're in the bottom 3 of the 2nd division. They're not a good team at all. Fabio hat-trick. Yeah, that'd be great. Acoustic gymnastics. Clement said they won't. Said the play won't be pretty because of the PP, the playing pitch. Yeah, the pitch is awful. The pitch will be absolutely dreadful. Look, I'm not expecting it, but I'm expecting us to intensity to the attack, not a slow style to the attack. We may have to even change the style a little bit because of the fact that that this pitch will be so genuinely dreadful. Whistleblower, that's what I'm hearing about the board. It's a worry for the club's future. Hi from Port Imau. Wow, in Portugal, I think that is. Look, it is a worry, isn't it? It is a massive worry. I think if that is the case, that there is this split within the within the board over who we sign. Kurgan says some real hammer throwers against us today on a terrible pitch. I mean, there's a lot of part timers in this Dumbarton team, isn't there? I mean, that's obviously one thing that you do need to kind of figure is there is a lot of part time players in this team, and their fitness may not be, obviously, is not going to be at the same standard as Rangers players. I mean, I know that seems very weird to talk about our fitness. Let's face it, with the amount of players we have out injured on a regular basis. But, Clement has been working on fitness. He has been working on getting these players fitter, faster, stronger, more robust, hopefully. So it is going to, I think, tell us well come the last 20 minutes, half an hour. I think there will be a step up, a fall off from Dumbarton and hopefully a raise from us. James Martin says, just want to see Rangers. Absolutely, me too, buddy. CR says, maybe Clement is the one who doesn't want Shankland. That could be we don't know. We're not privy to those discussions, are we? We're not privy to the discussions of the football board, to what Craig Robertson, James Bisgrove, et al. Are saying. Afternoon to D1MO. Afternoon. I hope Rangers goes for Alexander Lind. He will be quite cheap and only 22. Yeah, that's yeah, he would be. I don't know what the situation is there, Louise, with Alexander Lind, whether he's someone we've approached, whether he's someone we've scouted. I was talking to my good mate Curry earlier on today, and Curry was saying that he'd heard from a source at the club, a fairly reliable one, that there will be a striker signed this week. When? I don't know. But hey, you know what? You've got to obviously take all these sources with a pinch of salt. There's a lot of people out there that claim to know everything about the club. Afternoon, Stephen. George wants a strong team fielded out there, something to get this game over and done with, which pure loyalist agrees with him. Aldo says, Rangers ladies last night showing heart. Maybe the men need to take note. Good point. Good point. Yeah, they do need to follow in the example of the Rangers ladies last night. Big Phil should have a secret Belgium or French secret contact. What is going on? Possibly. I don't know there, mate. Tam says, How do we know the board is split on Shanks? It's true. Rangers haven't made a move for him yet. It would be careful what stories to believe. It is Scotland after all. Yeah, I mean, that's the issue. We've obviously got to kind of think about it like that. You've got to take everything that's in the media with a pinch of salt. Look, there are some media sources that are, a lot more reliable than other media sources. Obviously you look at the likes of Fabrizio Romano. Fabrizio Romano is certainly someone that is a very reliable guy. He's someone that seems to know everything. The guy sleeps with his mobile phone sellotaped to his head. So look, that's possible. So there we go. The women's team have been outstanding this season. The first team could learn a lot from them. They could. Is it just 3 subs in the cup? I'll look into that, Louise, and find out. Clearly something going on with Shankland. Might be going to us. Lind was my choice at the beginning of the window. Just listen to me, Rangers, says Stephen Gillespie. There you go, Stephen. I'm hopefully Philippe Clement is watching along with James Bisgrove and John Bennett, although I very much doubt it, and they are taking note of what you want. Maybe. I don't know. Guys, if you can, obviously smash the like. Fantastic if you can. There's 115 people watching. Please smash that like. And if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, why should you subscribe? Well, this is a free Rangers news channel, guys. We bring you daily content, breaking news, live game streams like the one that's happening this afternoon. We also bring you as well podcasts like this one, and we've got a lot coming up this week which I'll get to shortly. Maybe acoustic and getting the 10 past weekend. Look, it is a tricky one, guys. Please obviously smash that like. Thank you very much. Now This week, guys, just a quick preview as we wait for team news to emerge. There is a little bit going on this week on the channel. On Wednesday, I have a live stream coming to you as well. The live stream of the Hibs Rangers game from Easter Road. So come and join us for that. On Thursday at 8:35, we have a podcast live. Laura Hatton will be back on again on Thursday. So come and join us, me and Laura, talking about the Hibs game and looking forward to the St Mirren game. So come and join me and the lovely Laura Hatton for that. We've also got the St Mirren game live streamed. I like the way Big Phil doesn't let any info out. Total opposite of Beale discussing his tactics each week. You're right, CJ and I. Massively different. You know, he hasn't got verbal diarrhea. He hasn't got verbal gobshiteness that Beale's got. You know, Beale used to sit there in news conferences and give everything away. You know, who's playing, who's out of fitness, throw players under the bus, throw this one under the bus. You know, not good management at all. I think we're seeing that at Sunderland. He's turned Sunderland into being one of the most attractive teams in the Championship to one of the worst teams. I mean, go on their Twitter. It's hilarious. They're proper pitchforks and burning torches are out for him at the moment. I'm covering the game with Stephen. Yes, there will be a live stream on the channel starting at about 25 past 5 here on the channel. So come and join us for that. Whistleblower says, if we can get Lawrence fit and playing regularly, then our season would kick on. He seems to be a bit of a forgotten man. He has all the tools to link the middle and the front for us. Big player. Look, Whistleblower, I'm a massive fan of Stephen Lawrence. Not Stephen Lawrence, that was the guy that was murdered. Of Tom Lawrence's. I think Tom Lawrence is a great player. He's got an eye for goal. He knows whether he's got an eye for a pass. He's a quality player. It's just his injuries. We just need to try and keep him fit. If Philippe Clement can get into him, if Philippe Clement can get him playing and keep him fit, I agree, Whistleblower. He could be a massive key player for us going forward. Peel's middle name is Failure. Pretty much sure, yes. Just wanted to wish you and all my fellow Bears all the best. Dionysius, thank you very much. Paul Lowry, what's happening to him future too? Now, according to the reports, although Lowry is definitely he will be returning to Rangers after Hearts cancelled his loan. Plenty of conspiracy theories surrounding why the loan was scrapped, but he will be sent out on loan again, is what I'm hearing. If they can find a club to take him. Personally, I would like him to be sent down south to play in the English Championship. I think that would teach him a lot. I think it might also get him to grow up a little bit. You know, having to be away from home, having to, you know, kind of deal with things for himself a lot. It will be a very different experience. So for me, that I think would be, you know, spot on. Send him down south. Give him that experience of playing away from home. Rangers, come on, get the win. Absolutely, with no injuries. That's the biggest thing. It's the biggest thing, yes. Michael Beale turned around and said he didn't want to be Rangers manager. The guy's a narcissist. He is. Berlin Bears, come on. Hey, Berlin Bears. Guten Tag. Dionysius, yep, absolutely. That's a bit hate Beale. People keep saying Ridvan is injury prone, but he hasn't been injured for a while. Just silly conspiracy. Yeah, he's getting a run in the team. We're starting to see the true Ridvan. Yeah, absolutely. William makes a great point. His mum died last year. I'm sure it was so that will be having an effect on him. Of course it will. And if you lose anyone who's as close to you, especially your mum, you would be absolutely devastated. It would take a long time for him to come back. I think he probably could, Scott's Viking, but it's not my decision to make, is it? It's Philippe Clement's and the club's. You know, I would personally love to see Philippe Clement run his eye over him, see what he's got there, see if he can, how he plays him, see if he's any good. You know, that for me would be brilliant, Scott's Viking. I'd love to see that, but at the end of the day, it's not down to me. It's down to Philippe Clement. I think he could do a job for us. I think he could be a useful player for us. You know, particularly with the fact that obviously Lawrence is injury prone, Hadji's not here, Lammers has gone. You know, number 10 role, Cantwell, but Cantwell blows hot and cold. You know, sometimes he can be great. Some other times he can be absolutely awful. So for me, yeah, I agree. Scott's Viking. I'd love to see him have a go. If I had my way, I'd ship out Jack, Cifuentes, promote Rice to the first team, probably not starting though, and focus midfield around Lunny, Cantwell, Lawrence and Raskin, the interchange play in between. Charles Disrael-Rempel goes on to say Silva and Cantwell was interesting. A few points to pick out of that, guys, is first of all, first point that we pick out of that is number one. Yes, those players are very talented. You've got there with Lunny, Cantwell, Lawrence and Raskin. I don't think we've seen the best of Raskin and Cantwell this season. I think they've struggled, really have struggled this season, and we've not seen their best performances. I get that 100%. understand that. But I think that given a bit more time for Philippe Clement to work with them, given the chance to to really develop, I think they could well be top players for the club. Get that. Yes, the interchange play with them should be good. They're all very skillful players. Tom Lawrence playing in that role in the two alongside Lunny has been very effective, hasn't it? When we've seen him do that at home, that's certainly something that Philippe Clement seems to like. He doesn't seem to want to play with two defensive midfielders at home, which I agree with. I think at home you don't play with two defensive midfielders because you're playing right into the hands of those oppositions at low block if you do that. So I understand that 100%. So yeah, some good calls there, but I think a lot obviously depends on what Philippe Clement wants. And yes, the interchange play between Silva and Cantwell was very interesting, Charles. Some really good play there from those two. 111 people watching, guys. Please smash that like for me and subscribe if you've not yet subscribed. Stephen says, what's the thoughts on Alex? Do we send him out again? Or I see. Look, like I said, I would like to see him given a go. I'd love to see more young players given a go. I'm not saying start them. But I am hopefully wanting to see them play more of a role. I think there was a great point made on Rabble yesterday or the day before. I can't remember when it was. I was watching Rangers Rabble and they were talking about the fact that, would these young players not do a job as squad players against the likes of Livy, St Johnstone, Motherwell, those teams? We should be beating these teams. And if Bailey Rice and Zach Lovelace and Cole McKinnon and Alex Lowry can't do a job against Livy, St Johnstone, Ross County, Motherwell, then they're never going to make it as Rangers players. That's a fact. So yeah, I would give them a go, certainly. That could end in tears, although that really could end in tears. Give Lowry a week, see what he's got. Absolutely good idea. Get him in there. Get him to play a few games. I think that's a good shout, buddy. Lawrence Shanklin left out the squad as Rangers top. Yeah, it is. It is a lot of things. Kansas City, apparently so, but I wouldn't trust him, buddy, to play there. Yeah, absolutely. I'd sell Cantwell and Lawrence first. Chance, and then sell Hadji after the Euros. Have a reasonable money to buy a 10 and use Lowry as backup next season. Interesting thoughts from Alexander Garden there. Interesting thoughts. Interesting indeed. Dionysius says, Cantwell and Raskin should form a spine to our team. Poor season, but great players. You've got to hope they can get back to the form they were showing second half of last season. Picture on the Rangers Twitter site. There it is. There is the pitch. Guys, is it just me or does that look like a Sunday League pitch? It really does look like an awful Sunday League pitch. I'm sure I've actually played on pitches like that when I was younger. A lot younger, obviously, but that does not look good, does it? That pitch does not look a happy pitch. HMS Diamond just reversed into another HMS ship in Bahrain docks. What a shit show. Random. Absolutely. Blue Nose, hey buddy, how you doing? Absolutely, I'm good, buddy. How are you? Problem is we have too many high wage earners who don't deserve it. Absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. We've got a lot of people on a lot of money at the club, isn't there? And there's a lot of money being stolen from the club. Big Mole was in Dumbarton. I think he's referencing the hill in the background there. Yeah, it is it looks like a hill, doesn't it? But it's not great, is it? That's not a great pitch. It looks to me like a Sunday League pitch, and I think it's going to be a tough pitch to play on. You're not going to get fast, quick, nice passing on that pitch, are you? It does look an absolutely awful pitch to thing. Callum, we're still waiting for the team. I think it'll be about 4 minutes and then the team should be out about an hour and a quarter from the kickoff. 121 people watching. Please smash that like. Whistleblower says the likes of Rice, Lovelace need to have their game time managed. Get them exposed to first team play on an increased basis over the course of a couple of seasons. That's what we're saying, Whistleblower. If the likes of Rice and Lovelace, McKinnon, Aaron Lyle, who's just gone out on loan to Airdrie, if those guys can't cope against Ross County, against St Johnstone, against Motherwell, against Livy, then they're never going to be Rangers players. They're never going to be good enough to be Rangers players. You look down south, you look at the players down there that are brought through. You look at Manchester City. I know Manchester City have got some utterly world-class players, but they're bringing through youth products as well. But they're giving them the odd game here and there. They're not overusing them. And I think that's one of the worries we've got with Ross McCausland. He is being used an awful lot. Derek says, hi, mate. That surface looks like the one round the corner. For mine, where I walk the dog, mate, it looks like the field near me. The same way the lads like, yeah, absolutely. Foden was brought through. Bob, I think the guy's called. I think it's a fantastic name for a player. That stand will never hold up that hill. Lol. I will show you. Yes, Leitano. It will be out in about 2 minutes. I'm led to believe. But look, yeah, I fully support. That's it. Oscar Bob. What a Phil Foden, City's Academy player. Don't you just love that name though? Oscar Bob. Wouldn't you love to have a player called Oscar Bob playing for Rangers? Every pitch seems to be awful. Players must be getting fed up of it. Maybe that's why Ridvan wants to go, fed up of playing on swamps, says Tam. Yeah, I mean, it's not the best, is it? I mean, just take a look at that. It is a bit of a bit of a Sunday park pitch. It looks like a school pitch, doesn't it? It really does look like a bit of a school pitch. Yeah, and that's that hill. That little mountain in the background is fascinating. It's utterly fascinating. I just find things like that utterly fascinating. I really do. I'm going to have a quick look on the Rangers Twitter site now, see if there's anything else around team news upcoming. Still that horrible picture, the setup there as well. Like I said, an advert for, for young Ukrainian girls. Weird. The pitch inspection has been passed. Nothing at the moment as regards team news. We will get that team news as soon as it comes out. But look, I fully support Rangers using their youth system. And like I said, I'd love to see the likes of Bailey Rice, Cole McKinnon, guys like that get some game time. For me, that would be brilliant. That would be absolutely superb. The rock is volcanic eruption, allegedly sending a lump of rock out into the area. Is it? There we go. Fascinating bit of news there from the Trying Scotsman. David says, I love being entertained tonight. Hit a barrow load. Go for it, Jers. Absolutely. Oscar Bob isn't as good as Yerda Salazavon. I can't even say his name. That's a fantastic name. Absolutely fantastic name. Although I always remember there was a Swiss player not so long back called Bernd Haas. It sounded like Bernd Ass. It was well funny. And there was obviously Stefan Kuntz, who played for Germany as well. Better pitchers in the junior leagues. There is, buddy. Football Manager says, afternoon troops, rather than panic spend on less Shanks, why can't we get a few EPL loans in? Given the huge squads they have and the reluctance to prop up their rivals, why can't we get some from the top six? Good shout. Manchester City, Arsenal, Chelsea, they've got a lot of players knocking around. Why can't we go and get some of their players? I don't know. That's obviously one for the football board. Check out the hollowed out flats on the left. We're playing in the Ukraine today. Let's have a look at that. Oh my God. Yeah, look. In the far left there. That's pretty good spot there, Stephen. Good spot. What have we got? Dumbarton Stadium is the Scottish version of the Braga Stadium. Oh yeah, they've got the big cliff, haven't they? Hakan Yakin, yeah, what a name he was. It's Dumbbell Castle. It used to have a castle on it years ago. There we go. A bit more news from Gary. What's your opinion of Alexander Lind in Denmark? He scored 10 goals in 16 league games. Would be a decent shout, buddy. Would be a good signing. But it's not for me to do, is it? Unfortunately. But yeah, it would be a good signing, buddy. 10 in Denmark. Again, it's a similar league to ours. Look, you think bargains are to be had in those leagues in Sweden, in Denmark. I mean, let's take the example of Victor Gyökeres. Coventry paid 1.5 million for Victor Gyökeres. He's now got a £100 million buyout clause at Sporting Lisbon and is a regular goal scorer. So why couldn't Alexander Lind be another one? But this time it's us, not Coventry, getting that player, especially as I hate Coventry as well. From a certain angle, it looks like an elephant, hence the Dumbarton badge. Never seen it myself from across the water. It has got a look of an elephant. The head bit been at the right-hand side of it as you look at it. Yeah, that's a good shout, buddy. Good shout. Let's have a look if we've got some team news yet. It is now 16 minutes past 4. We'll have a quick look at what if we've got any team news yet. Dumbarton away. We've got the players all arriving there, guys. We're not just now. Fabio, there's a picture of Fabio Silva having a coffee on the pitch. Well, I think it's a coffee unless he's got whiskey in there. There's Lunny, Ryan Jack out there looking, having a laugh. Philippe Clement looking very pissed off. Let's have a quick look. I'll try and bring this up and share this with you in a minute. Let's just get to your comments as we wait for the team news. I would have to watch the game from the top of that rock, says Tam. It's a good shout, Tam. Get better binoculars. Mud patch. Yeah, like school days, D1 EMO. Like school days. Been playing Dumbarton for years. Get on with it. James. Can hear the team talk against us already. Just get fired into us early. Take a yellow or two on a shitey pitch. See if we're up for it. Just hope we get through unscathed. Good shout, buddy. Yeah, I do not want to have injuries today under any circumstances. That is a definite, mate. We do not want any injuries today. There's a lot of people on X saying it has to be a strong lineup for us today. I agree with that. It really does need to be a very strong lineup. Still waiting for a bit of team news, guys. Hopefully we'll have that shortly for you. Let's just have to find this latest team news for you. It should be out very soon indeed. Here we go. It is up, guys. Let me bring it up for you and share the team news for you. Just quickly get it up on the screen. Give me 2 seconds. It will be up and with you. Our team for today. Here we go. Here we go. This is the team, guys. Here it is. So our team for today is Robbie McCrory in goal. So Jack Butland gets a rest. It is Robbie McCrory getting the minutes, which hopefully Robbie will have a better performance than he had against FC Copenhagen on Tuesday night when he was a bit flappy. Back four, Tavernier, Goldson, Suter, Ridvan. That is a pretty strong back four, isn't it? Probably our strongest back four, apart from Leon Balogun not being in the team. Let's have a look at big guys commenting. Yeah, a bit worried about the goalmouth. We don't want Big Jack getting his foot stuck. It's not Jack. Thank God it's not Jack Butland then. What else have we got? This team. Let's quickly run through the team. Sorry, I was just banning a Tim. We've got Lundstrom and Raskin in front of the back four. Again, our strongest pairing there. Cantwell, McCaws and the Matondo. Again, the strongest three there. And Cyril Dessers starts up front. I think that's probably because we may go a bit longer today, play a bit longer today. I suppose they kind of argue that he's better at holding the ball up, although I would dispute that. Subs today are Butland, Silver, Jack, Lawrence, Wright, Balogun, Barisic, Devine and Bailey Rice. So hopefully we'll see some of those young players get an opportunity to play today. Where I live, the League Two team have a few conference teams about, but the Premier League take a lot of the youth players from there. Worth a shout. Good shout. McCrory isn't for me, but it is what it is, says David P. Tam, good shout. Get the flares going. Yeah. I'm good, loyalist. Pity Helander moved on. He did because I think he would have been right up Big Phil Street. He would have been. He was a good player, wasn't he? Strong side that would have liked to have seen at least one youth player. Blue Nose says, hopefully Silva can come off the bench and open his account tonight. Agree. Either way, surely it's a win. Hopefully so, Aldo. Hopefully so. Did you get to the bottom of your hacker issue? Yeah, I've reported a couple of suspects to YouTube for investigation, mate. Absolutely nuts playing McCrory, says William. He would have much rather had Jack Butland in there. So just to quickly recap that team for you. McCrory in goal, Tav, Goldson, Suter, Ridvan, Lundstrom, Raskin, Cantwell, McCausland, Matondo and Dessers. A very strong team going in today. And look, for Dessers, it could well be a opportunity for him to get his confidence back, to perhaps score a few goals, which obviously will be, definitely an aim. Hopefully that will be the case. I don't know. It would be a good opportunity for him to get some goals. But let's face it, if he can't score against Dumbarton, then there really is no hope. No Sterling. Well, Sterling was coming back from an injury, Charles, so potentially maybe he's not fully fit yet. He doesn't want to risk him on this pitch, and maybe he will be there for the Hearts game. I would love to see that, Aldo. I'd love to see that, despite the fact I slag him off. I'd sooner see McCrory on that pitch than risk Big Jack. That goalmouth looks a Meyer, says Derek. I think you're spot on, buddy. Yeah, Derek is injured. No, Sterling's injured. It was always given Helander would turn into the bionic man as soon as he left, raging. Just happy to watch the famous again. Me too, son. Love Raskin. Really looking forward to seeing him fly under a good manager, since he hasn't really played under PC yet. Whistleblower, that's a great shout. At the end of the day, you've got to look at it like that, haven't you? The fact that he has not had a chance to play for Philippe Clement yet. He hasn't, had the opportunity to really, be the man for Philippe Clement. So Philippe Clement has time to work with him now, has time to develop him, has time to perhaps get the best out of him. And for me, that is what we need to see. We need to see Raskin, who is undoubtedly a very talented player. He's not a rubbish player. He has skills. We've seen him for Belgium, what he can do there within the 21s, and hopefully that's something that he can replicate for Rangers. I really hope so, and I hope that Philippe Clement can turn him into the player we all know and hope that he can be. But that lineup, like I said, it's a strong lineup. It's probably the strongest lineup we've got at this moment. Well, apart from Jack Butland in goal and Leon Balogun maybe, but again, I think John Suter is a very fine player. John Suter is a very talented player. Why is Kieran Wright not in goal? I don't know, buddy. I don't know. Robbie McCrory, I suppose, is the designated backup, isn't he? So at the end of the day, you've got to go with Robbie McCrory because, you know, Robbie wants minutes. I think that there's an intention to try and keep Robbie till the end of the season. And if there's an intention to try and keep Robbie till the end of the season, then, you know, I realistically think that at the end of the day, they're going to give him minutes in the cup, I think, up until perhaps it gets really serious in any quarterfinal, semi-final, or if we draw Celtic at some point. But you look at that back four, good experience there. Raskin and Count Lundstrom will be up for the battle, hopefully. And again, a creative flair behind them. So again, we hope today that that happens today. Okay, hoping Raskin starts to play like the player we all know he is. Beale just never seemed to get him firing. Gorgeous little Belgian bugger. Absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. He is a top plan. And I hope we see him tonight. No sound, Cabby. Hopefully everyone else has got sound. Yes, it's a strong team. Dessers up front. Like I said, I think they will go a bit longer today. That's probably why Cyril Dessers is in there. I think there will be a bit more of a need to smash it long. And Fabio Silva is not really a target man. He's more a 10. He likes to come back, link play. And I think on this pitch, it won't suit Fabio Silva. It really won't. 161 people watching. Please smash that like. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, remember this is a free channel. We will be back at 5:20 with the live stream of the game, guys. So please come and join us for that. The bench, you know, I like the bench. Hopefully there's some impact there. Lawrence Silva, good impact there. Bailey Rice hopefully gets a run out as well. Scott Wright as well. There is some impact there. We all know that Scott Wright is Mr. Hampden. I'm sure he'll be itching to get to Hampden, won't he? So there we go. Okay, so that's the team, guys. That is where we're up to. I'm going to head off now to get ready for the live stream, which is at 5:20. Come and join me for that. Come and join me for that live stream. Come and jump on. Thank you so much for watching. All of you who've watched, guys, please smash the like on your way. I want to get as many likes as possible, really build the video. It's been fantastic talking to you, as always. Love my Rangers family. Rangers till I die, guys. You know, look, just I can't stop talking about this club. That's why I brought out so much content recently. Just love talking all things Rangers. Guys, we will be back. He's still out injured, I think, Son. Still out injured. That's probably why he is not. Like and share, folks. That'd be fantastic. Thank you so much. And on the way out, remember what I say to you, always say to you, smash the like. And remember always, we are the people. I'll see you at 5:20.